Well, I wanted to go over a video of my Dekatron counter, which is back online because of Jim Cross over at Vacuum Tubes Inc. He found me some high-speed Dekatron 6909 tubes. I've been looking for these for like 15 years, and he had a whole stock of them of like 20. And out of the 20, I found 3 that actually worked. So thank you, Jim. That was awesome. Okay, so how this device works, this is by Erie Instrumation. Yes, Instrumation. It's not instrumentation, Instrumation. And what it is, it's a frequency counter, among other things. It has all the normal frequency counter functions. It's basically a sort of an analog computer. It uses a huge number of tubes. And it can do a whole bunch of stuff. So what we're doing right now is I'm measuring a frequency. I'm measuring about 30 kilohertz. This counter, though, this frequency counter or frequency generator is not exactly the most accurate, but it's not bad, and it's producing a sine wave right now. And oh, whoops, my meter clicked off on me. We don't want to do that. And right now it's about 30 kilohertz, 29.97. But the frequency counter, my frequency counter needs a little bit of adjustment. I'm going to do that, but not right away. It's very easy. The thing that I need to adjust is this variable cap right down in here. And I just need to hook up my rubidium clock and do some adjustment. This is a oven-based oscillator in there, so I just need to trim that out. And I might do, there's some other calibration I might do, but I don't think I need to. Anyway, so what's happening here? What is this doing? So every wave that comes through on the signal, each one of these, that's like 1 cycle, 2 cycle, 3 cycle. So what's happening is this Dekatron tube is advancing 1 each time it hits those peaks in the wave. So it's literally pushing along with the actual signal. So this one, since we're doing 30 kilohertz, this is moving 30,000 times per second. This is, once this gets to 9 and goes to 0 again, this goes over 1. So this is a decade. So this is going 30,000 times a second. This is going 3,000 times a second. This is going 300 times a second. This is going 30 times a second. And this is going 3 times a second. So how this works is I set this at 1 second. And so what we get is the reading on here should be the frequency. So what we get is it's going to reset. Well, hold on. Okay, so it's going to reset there and then start counting. And what it's counting to is 29,700, 29 kilohertz, 700 hertz. But it's off a little. Not by much, because it's supposed to be doing 30, so it's off by like 300 hertz, but that's okay. It's easy to fix. All I have to do is adjust a little bit, and we'll make that correct. So it's working. It's working perfectly. And you notice every single time it counts, it's correct. So what it's doing is, if you watch way out here, it's going 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, that's what it's doing really quickly. And this is in thousands or 10,000. So it's going 10,000, 20,000, 29,000. So if we watch this again, 10 all the way down to 29,000. So it's actually counting the individual waves of the display. Now, these are not only indicators, this is the actual counting device. So these aren't just indicating something. They are, but they're actually the counter, because each time one of these comes around, it pushes this next one. Each time this comes around, it pushes this next one. So these are really like gears and indicators. So this is really a neat way to measure frequency. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play with frequency some. So what we're going to do is we're going to kick it up. So let's move this way up. So now let's go to like 80 kilohertz. So now what will happen is this is going to spin a whole lot faster, and we're going to get up to 80 kilohertz. So this is saying, let's let it reset and do it again. So this is saying 94 kilohertz, 94.7. Oh wait, let me turn this up. Let me have the sample rate go a little bit longer. So we'll have to let it reset again. Okay, here we go. So 86.1 is what it's saying, and it's 87. So that's pretty close. Oh, whoops. Oh, gotta get that right. So 86.9 is what it actually is, and this is reading 86.1. So easily adjustable, and I shall do just exactly that. And it's kind of fun though too. There's another mode I can just put this in where we just count. So now what's going to happen is it's going to reset, or I manually reset it, and now what'll happen is it'll just count. I think I got to be in count for that, as I remember. Oh yeah, there we go. So now what it's doing is it's just spinning based on the frequency. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower this way down. You can actually watch as I lower it. The dials will spin much more slowly as I go. And let me move this over so when I get really low, we don't run out of room here. Okay, so slower it goes, and slower it goes. You can see the waveform getting way bigger on the scope. See that getting slower, getting wider. You can see that happening over here too. We can go really slow. Can't even see it on the scope anymore. Gotta bring it way down. So you can see how it's doing it. It's counting every single wave, every single cycle individually. And that's how it works. It's just that when we go way up in frequency, that first digit's going so fast, you can't possibly see it. So very fun. Anyway, that's the Dekatron counter, and it's getting close. So I'll go ahead and get it calibrated, and we'll be good to go.